off target. The Raiders side might lead for the first time.
May foul yun. Late lang yung foul. But the initial drive there, the layup, it looked like there was a foul there.
Both called for the foul. The shot. Third personal na. So tigatlo na ito mga imports natin. Side court inbound though, despite the fact Johnson is contending na dapat shooting yun.
Saka 3 team fouls na pakiwan ko pa nandito.
Jalen wanted to drop it. Nasipa ni Bolian. Mag-reset ang ating shot clock to 14 seconds. Here's Lemetti. Lemetti forcing that, but drawing a foul on Nambata. And now Ray's going to be at the line, try to give his team the lead.
Yeah, well, now it's a 14 foul already for Rain of Shine. You know, they have a lot of good offensive players on the floor, though they're not scoring, but they have very good defensive players. No balance, you know. See, when you lose guys like Shady and Era, both are good defenders. Yeah, both good defenders also. Nambata is being taken out now.
9 points para kay Lemetti sa huling laban nila. 3 rebounds, 4 assists. So nice stats to help his team.
At isip ko po laking bagay rin sa depensa nun. Because he can defend, which these other guys cannot do.
Right. 11 points na para kay Felix Lemetti.
And that's a 2-point lead para sa Rainer Shot. They lack the painters.
Now in the driver's seat, Ball will make his move. Hang in the air and miss. Now he hits the deck. Needs to get back up on defense.
Taking the shot too far out.
Inside to Johnson. They wanted to take advantage kasi wala pa si Ball. Pero nakahabol na. 3 on the way. Ang layo. Malonzo fighting for it. Throwing it to Manaytay.
I thought they would make that call. Very strategy. You jump over. They're gonna challenge it again.
He's gonna challenge again.
In whatever happens, they will have no more challenge.
Yes. Kasi successful yung una nila kanina. Doesn't believe it was a travel.
Yeah, but he jumped.
So they are challenging it. And we'll be able to see it in a bit. First review lamang ito ng second half. Kanina kasi sa katutak na review nangyari in the first 24 minutes of action. That's Manaytay. They gave it to him on the cut. And he leapt into the air, landed, and continued. But the Raider side is insisting that there was not really.
There is legal movement by the Raider side. So the challenge of Raider side is successful, resulting
Successful. Don't traveling though. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Si Coach Yao sa challenges.
2 for 2 rin sige.
Yeah. Referee Jerome. Yeah, the jump.
We have different people right now. We have a lot of new arbiters.
And then the reach in for Bull. That will be his fourth kung sakali. Fourth personal, huh? It's very early. 6:39 to go. In the third, may full fourth pa tayo. Malonzo. Goal the board. Left it for Jordan. Down to Castro. Looking to tie it or take the lead. Get it back. Pass inside. And then he lost it on the way up. But he got hit. Yeah, he got fouled.
Again, Castro looking for the right person. You know, with high pick and roll there. But they don't have to play without ball for what's the right. Still 6 minutes and 15 seconds, and he came up with a silly foul here, trying to steal the ball from the outside.
They're asking Wall to come back onto the floor. Ayun, yun na yung substitution na nakapagtira na.
Yeah, you're supposed to come in after the first free throw. Kung take 3 yan after the second free throw.
Villegas is back in the game as well. Oh, missed. And another trying to keep it alive, but Johnson now gets it. No change in the score. Lamang pa rin ng dalawa ang Ross.
Dito ngayon, advantage sa height dito ngayon ng Rainer Shang. Let's see if they'll take advantage of it.
And you remember, as Johnson tracked down that pass, Johnson had 20 plus rebounds in his first game, so he can take advantage inside, really. Open from 3 again. Castro gets the board.
That's a nice open shot there. Good ball moving again, displayed by the Alaska Painters.
Alonso trying to guard off Tana. Calvin backs him in. Lost it. Forces it up. Obuntin.
Short.
Oh wow, that's an air ball from Glenn. Clemente crossing over. Trying to find Villegas, but it bounces out. That's going to be a turnover on the Alaska Painters. Neither team
Playing well at this stage.
Yeah.
Lalo na yung TNT, they've just completely lost their rhythm on offense. And this guy hasn't even scored, di ba? Itong si Jordan.
Now he'll make his move. Still won't drop for him. He got all the way to the hoop but couldn't put it in. Lemeti, Mamuya. The drive, Bangani Kobutin, as expected.
Yeah, we are by far very penalty. He doesn't even know it.
If Kobutin bumps into you, you're really gonna bounce off, and that's what happened there. Oh. Well, ganun kasolid si Glenn Kobutin.
The Oscars are over, partner.
Tapos na eh. No?
We already had a couple of
The
weeks.
awards have been handed out. Baka naman famas ang hinahanap ko. Doon ka na.
Meron pa ba yun?
Wala doon. Famas, uri yan. Ano ba yung mga... Ayun, puro ano lang eh. Film Fest.
Yeah. Usually sa December yun. Kaya nasagang game lang doon sa MOA, problema.
Patay. Basta may ano, yung parade nila. Napatraffic tayo doon. Oh, air ball from Mamuyak on the second one. But a 3-point lead for Rainer Shine. Remember, down 18, now up 3. 21-point turnaround for Coach Yang's squad. And you know, the novelty of Bull's debut after the first quarter, parang naluma na eh, di ba?
Hindi mo pa kilala eh. Kung yan, kilala mo na paano maglaro. It will be even tougher the next time around. Unless it gets better.
Castro off target,
Love to shoot it.
and he does. Got some rims, so the ball's alive. They go to Jonard. He's done wonders when he's in the game. Mamuya. Contact, tira, and a foul was called. TNT fans wondering what went on there, but it's going to be a bump. I think it's on Galinato. Pangatlo na rin ni Galinato Jr. yan.
They're gonna try somebody else. They didn't use. At least issues about it. Second miss.
So yung mga numero ni Ian against Macau, he's been reliable. Wala nang pumasok siya sa lineup 3 seasons ago.
Yeah. And Ferrer also given a second chance around here. Wala talaga silang big man. After Galinato, no more.
Wala, malaking bagay talaga yung Williams and Mera.
Yeah, in basketball, if you don't have big men, you have a problem. The biggest man is very important, but he's from court sitting down, and it's not been that effective either.
Tipped out of bounds by Lemeti. 15 sa shot clock ng TNT, looking for points. Leading for points at this juncture sa ating laro. Here's Enciso, a guy who will get you points if you get him free. So by drop. Oh! Nice play away from Simon and Ciso, and the completion. Pero agad-agad naman sila ko. Di ba? Nagiging over sila dun sa top-top. Pero may layup na.
He's still looking the backcourt and he's not gotten another easy 2 points on the backcourt.
3. Whoa. Three. Hit the mark.
No, it's not counted because he called an offensive foul. That's why it's going to be challenged.
They momentarily were contending at the same time kasi yung tira dun sa offensive foul, but referee said nauna yung offensive foul, so no count on that 3. Score remains the same. Rangers are looking to build on a 4-point lead with 3:35 remaining sa third quarter.
Forcing the switch, nice drop.
Kailan again, back-to-back hoops for Tiongson. Castro, 3 on the way. Again, offensive foul. Same happening. 2 plays in a row. And now they're really going to challenge it. They're saying that the screens are wrongly set.
Let's see. Let them make the decision.
Oh.
We have had a no crew here, a lot of people on the officials.
Little frustration sa mukha ni Coach Sean Reyes. His team has lost its funk. Noong first half, parang ganado nga sila. Pero in the latter part of the second period, they lost 16 and now they're behind. 2 straight offensive foul calls, no? Kaya napapaisip na rin talaga. And the reviews take a bit of time, Doc.
Yung dalawang na-review ng Reynolds ay parehong successful. Ito na naman dito.
In the meantime, we remind everybody, meron pa tayong pangalawang laro mamaya. Ginebra will
Hindi lang natin
play
alam
its
kung
first
anong
game.
oras yun because
Sa tagal ng review ng mga to, no?
puro review.
Oo. So, Raider side, waiting.
Puro challenge.
Ginebra, Macau ang maglalaban mamaya. If you are not sure, ano ba yung Macau? Guest team po yan. Sa ating conference. Pero 0-2 na sila.
Black Knights, friends.
Black Knights. So, Black Knights.
Nung kasi Bears yata
Correct,
sila
correct.
sa Gilas eh. And they had a very good team. But they had the big 7-6 guy.
Sam Neguara was not playing yet. And people were excited kasi sabi na, wow, talagang lalaki ng mga import. Daming 7-footer, may 7-3, si Paul, tapos may 7-6 pa. But Neguara at the end was not included in the roster. And the import is Tony Mitchell, who we've seen
Pwede pa
before.
naman nila gamitin si Eguara.
They're 10-1 change yan.
Yeah, they're entitled.
Okay, meron bang desisyon? Ito na.
After the review, meron pong illegal
Hindi ko na marinig.
callback si Galinato kay Mamuya. Moving screen po. Kaya ang challenge ng token text is not successful.
Not successful. There was a moving screen indeed. Mula kay Henry Galinato Jr. Kanya pang-apat na personal foul and watching. There you go.
Binangga niyo eh.
Yeah.
Binangga niyo talaga eh. Tama naman si Jenny. Jenny, I know her because nagbibigay rin siya ng nagsiseminar rin niya
Yeah.
to the other referees in the amateur league ngayon.
There used to be 3 of them, but he's the only one left sa mga lady referees natin. That's the 5th personal foul.
Si Mau.
Fifth personal pala. And look at this guy. Kalen Johnson has come alive. 6 straight points for him, all in this period. All in the past few sequences. 8-point lead for Rainer Shine. Castro, naghahanap. Hindi mapuntahan si Ball.
May bala rin ng TNT.
And Ciso, now it's with Ball. Ball will take it.
Kasi puro ball na wala yung local participation. They don't set up for the local players.
Tipped away. Johnson to Johnson. And stop shot ni Brandon sa play na yun. Ball hits the deck. They're gonna call a foul on Mamuya, I think. As ball is sprawled, and that's a long line on the floor as he was lying there.
Kasi mahirap yung pagkakantag ko. You're not as, what you would say, agile and moving.
2:24 remaining in the third. Timeout has been called.
Tutukan ang mga trending stories sa
Florida in college ranks to come to OKC. He said everyone throughout the organization raved about this guy, so why would I make a change? And then as he got to know him better, he did see future head coaching material in the NBA. Rajakovic, he said it was his approach to players, his direct approach, always said the honest thing, whether it was good news or bad news to players. Obviously, Rajakovic has head coaching experience from overseas as well, so Billy Donovan's not surprised he's having the success he's having in Toronto. And guys, last time Toronto was in town, Rajakovic opened his press conference unsolicited with offering condolences to Billy Donovan for the loss of his father. So there's quite a bit of love between these two guys.
Remember when these two teams met, it was the first game after the All-Star break, and Donovan had just dealt with the passing of his father and missed that opening game out of the All-Star break.
It's at 7-3 as well. Playing now for the Topang 5G. They're the tallest guys who played in the PBA. There's some 7-footers. He averages in the 70s yung mga 7-footers na pupunta rito. Lots of 6'10s as well. In the meantime,
You like the character manings also.
si PJ.
When he's working, he's working.
Their goal, attacking the basket, and able to finish, fighting through that contact. And I think this is his first three-point play opportunity in this game.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, he's a lot of people, so guarantee on that either. Pero this one, he drove stronger to the basket. Johnson was trying to ask for a traveling violation. Pero kung hindi naman, he made it.
Yep, and he completed the three-point play, leads down to 5, with 3 from Bowl.
25 points. Kasi 27 yung kanyang counterpart on the other side.
Notebook, 15-foot line jumper, too strong. Bounces to his teammate, Clarito. Johnson again, rolls out. Look at the battle for the rebound. Those guys are really going at it, pushing and shoving. Castro against Carapo. Castro will attack the hoop. Layup too strong. Play continues. Enciso bouncing to Brandon. Brandon underneath for the reverse.
Malaking bagay si Enciso with 2 assists.
That's right.
Yeah. And he recovered the ball. Kasi bola they know siya yun.
Enciso's always ready. He's been part of some championship teams. Andre Carapo on the spin move, completing it.
But they're always attack Jason Castro. You know, older in years now, maybe a little bit slower on defense. Yeah.
Ball in the paint. Again, he got a quick 5 points as he re-entered the game a couple of minutes ago.
Actually, yung pag napapalinga ka, mas mabuti yun. Uy, gawin mo ito. Nadahanap ng tulsiyan yun.
I think he's
Natulak ako sa
not much protest though from him. Probably knows that he lost his footing on his own.
medyo mo yung there's a swing. They're still cleaning it. You need to.
Delicado yan. That's his big spot on the hard court. Johnson has been replaced. Villegas, binalik na ni Coach Chieng. Import against import right now. Ball will come in, kick it out to Simon. And Simon has not taken a shot yet. Is this the play? No, left it for Ball. Ball on the move. Another try. Back to the basket. Miss. 360 move going to the left. And then, Duncan shows him how. But that's a miss as well. Up ahead to Ball. Ball. Kick. Simon. That's a miss. Here comes Carapos, back and forth ang labanan. Clarito, Pepeke, di kumagat si Oftana.
Oh.
Now TNT on the other side.
Dahil ng mga factory opportunity sa Reynolds Shank.
Parang tennis match ang nangyayari, no? They were going back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Long rally. Castro able to get the contact and the finish. Sabay flex. Jason Castro, the vet.
You know, Shank was on top by 8.
Yeah.
Now Castro opportunity to equalize this. They were up 78-70. Then it's 80-79.
Manute Ball will sit for these last 8.3. Para sa kanya, nakasampung putos na si James.
Para makapaw, hindi siya mapaw. Kasi apat ang foul yan.
That's right. Save those.
Ayaw mo magpapaw yan in 10 seconds.
Napatakihin siya, no? Here is the bonus, and it's good. And we're tied up at 80 apiece. With 8.3 to go, makakahirit ko ba ang E-Painters Lemetti? Drop it to Villegas, to the corner, drop it to!
Oh, it looked good.
Yeah, it did.
It really looked good when he really...
All that hula balloon. After 3 quarters, we're back to square one. 80, TNT, 80. Greater shine.
Ganda ng laban mga idol, tabla po tayo. End of the third quarter, last quarter na po.
Talking about the defensive end, and who you have coming behind him. That's something you wondered during the trade deadline. Why they didn't go after somebody.
Oh, they got Trace Jackson Davis, but he's been kind of in and out of the lineup. He was available tonight, but is not seen the floor in this game. As you look at where Toronto is, look at that log jam. Philadelphia is part of that log jam too.
Look at Miami's stuff back in there now. The Hawks are playing really well.
And they went on a long winning streak recently. Billy Donovan's going to call a timeout. He might be challenging something here. Oh, no, technical. It was a technical foul, not a timeout. Beg your pardon. That was a tech on Donovan, who's shown his frustrations in this third quarter. Trying to stand up for Jalen Smith there. Pass to Nate Green, former Indiana State star and professional over in Europe, about that last call. Yes, it's Toronto, Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, and then Philadelphia. All of those teams are within 2 games of each other. It is a very tight race to try to stay in the top 6.
You know, this game, we've seen a little of everything. There were some portions where the teams were exchanging baskets, Doc. Then there are some stretches that they're exchanging misses and turnovers as well.
At lalo na itong after the first quarter, medyo bumaba ang offensive sack ng the TNT 5G, no? And that's when Ringer Shine mounted that big comeback. They just continued to play hard. And they tried to play fast because they knew medyo may problema ang kalaban nila sa depensa. No?
Well, you're right, Doc. Kasi first quarter, 34 points on TNT. Second quarter, 24. Third quarter, 22 na lang. As you can see there on your screen, dwindling ang kanilang production.
That's bad, ha? In economics, that's bad.
Yes, sir.
Dwindling resources.
Villegas, a miss, and look at Noco. Oh, wow, Noco just soaring.
Well, because people don't pay attention to him. He's on the weak side all along. Nobody's defending him. So here's a clear pass, but yung kanyang time, look at him. Nobody's there. He's coming into the picture. Ang ganda ng tayo na yan.
The thing with Noco, though, maybe he should realize that he can actually slam that back in.
Yeah.
And he could have done that.
Parang he wanted to do that. You know, hindi lang niya nakapitan ng mabuti yun.
First free throw is good to give his team the lead back. And there's the team owner watching intently. Looking for victory number 2 perhaps for his team. TNT has other ideas, of course. They want to get on the board, start the conference with a win.
TNT, remember, they're going to have a tough schedule. Sunod-sunod yan ng mga laro nila. And they're going to play some tough. They play Index, I think, on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I think they have to go up against Meralco, San Miguel. San Miguel first, then Meralco. So those are tough teams that they're facing.
Tipped away by Villegas, might have gotten some of the face. Calvin Altana. 2.1 to shoot, though.
Lalo na for TNT na incomplete ang lineup nila. And Pogoy hasn't come back into the picture. They're very fortunate. Naglalaro si Jason ngayong araw.
And another miss from Ball on third around play.
Shooting from the outside as he was telling Benito. Yeah.
Oh, Brandon slapped that one away.
Ang ganda ng tempo doon ni Brandon.
Altana spinning in the lane. Lost his footing. Nice fake now, bukas na bukas. Oh! Can't complete it. And Ciso stepped on the line sa kanyang pagbuelo. And I'm telling you, every game we see that at least once.
Yeah. And in season, hindi niya kasalanan yun because he was not expecting a pass. Octana was ready to shoot that, then all of a sudden decided to pass.
So Raiders are up by 2. Possession nasa kabila rin.
Nice pick again, no? And then open na naman siya.
Johnson!
Yes, open na naman siya. Pick and pop niya eh. Ginagawa mo pick and pop.
How can they forget that this guy, and he's hit already 5 of them, that's his 6th three-pointer. Ball in the paint. There you go.
You know, actually at this stage, the referees are beginning to let them play also. Because they made so many calls earlier, you know. And then the last few minutes of the third quarter, now there are some pushes na hindi na nila pinatawagan. Katulad yan, ang bilis na naman natin dutan yun.
TNT, down 3. Possession na sa kabila. 10 minutes sakto natitira sa ating laban. 3 from Ball. Finally good one. And he raises his hand to the sky in gratitude.
All of a sudden, 32 points na siya.
Tabla na, 85. Johnson to Nopo. Nopo on the right. Atake. Kick kay Lemeti. That's a miss. The ball will go to Ball.
We'll go to Ball.
That's nice. The ball's on the baseline. Heavy could have gotten that, but he lost it. He'll take a 3. Oh, that's a miss on Jordan's part. He's frustrated. He's slapping the floor.
There's another foul there. It might be on Brandon. And that's going to be reviewed again.
You know those, when the players are running up and down the floor, yung mga katabi, may konting kiskisan and ganyan, it's becoming a situation where players can get called for these flagrants because of little pushes and elbows. Watch this. Watch Brandon on the right side with Lemeti. Hung on to him a little bit, shoved him out of the way. Easy call for the referee, actually.
Yeah.
Transition take pa ang tinawag. So may free throw agad para sa Riverside.
Possession.
Yes. There's little blades like that can drive coaches crazy. And as close as this game is, yung mga isang technical free throw na ito could be the difference.
It's fortunate there's still a lot of time left here.
And it misses though. Ibalita tayo kay Aileen.
Gentlemen, starting fourth quarter tied at 80, hindi ni Coach yung dalawang effort na pinakita ng Glasgow Painters. Ika nga niya, we were down 4 earlier and we won this quarter. So we just need to do what's working. Depensahan ng gitna, make sure naka-plug yung paint because it's not their threes that's killing us, it's their drives. At para naman sa TNT, iisa lang ang hinihiling Coach Chot. Make sure to get more movement. We need ball to get something inside. Back to you.
Alright, we'll see kung ganun nga magiging strategy ng magkabilang kabunan. The drive from Noko. Oh, Johnson hit the deck hard. He heard it all the way from where we are. Might have hit his head.
Yeah, because in the rebound play, pagbaksak niya, nawalan siya ng control.
And Brandon is arguing because I didn't call a foul on him. Yeah. Panglima ni Brandon yun. He was saying that we're just jockeying for position here.
Kita nga hindi pwedeng, he just lost his footing.
Oh, yun, dito mama yung ulo. Hindi. He was able to save his head from striking the floor, so
yeah, you can see now Chuck is not very happy at all. He's just saying, what kind of officiating are we having with some of the Euro guys?
So Coach Chuck is there at the middle of the court because we trying to get a message across to the referee crew. He's contending na over the back. Yes, it's rebound player. Yeah. So Kalen will take 2 free throws, even if the argumentation goes on the other side.
Papalitan mo naman yun. Valid.
But Kalen's okay because he knocks in the first free throw. Kalen Thompson's been big here in the second half.
Yeah.
7 points already, could be 8. all here sa second
Well,
half.
Kailan has been big for them, even in their first game. Kailan has been big for them ever since he started getting a lot of playing time during the last conference.
Second one rolls out, ball another rebound.
How many does he have?
Dami na ng rebounds yan.
Nauubos tayo ng
14 boards, ilang 14 boards to go with 32
That's not so
points.
much yet.
Konti ba? Kasi naka-25 to si Jalen last time. Made one, but this time it's a miss.
Those are not good shots at all. You can take that anytime you want. Nobody's going to block that anyway.
With a chance to lead. Just down by one. Look at that ball movement. An extra pass. Oh, that was beauty.
Good.
All the players touch the ball, Doc.
Wala kang import yan. Nasa loob ng court, imagine all of that movement, ball movement.
So tayo quits, tayuan lahat ng e-painters. Nice pass again from Simon and Cesar, who have really come in and injected some life into this TNT squad.
3 assists, no attempt so far at all. No, but that's too open. Very safety siya, hindi pumasok yun. He went under the screen there. Kaya nga yung libre sinukundo.
They really let ball bring down the ball every time he gets it. Goes behind his back now. Then he asks for against Villegas. Trying to bring it closer. He'll turn towards the hoop. Are they gonna count it? Looks like they will. Count it. They announced it already. It's gonna count as their bonus whistle.
There are no more challenges on part of both teams.
Boom. Then the foul. And then leaning in for the basket. Bonus free throw coming up to give his team perhaps the lead with 7:57 to go.
This program is brought to you by Arena Plus, official partner of the PBA. Power and Play, Linggo 7 a.m. sa RPTV para sa Pinoy. Sa Liga, pinakinabangan, mas lalakas ang puwersa. Bawat grupo, mas hihilig sa laro ang mga idolo. Baka na sa PBA 50 Solid Commissioner's Cup ito sa RPTV.
When you turn his head, you can take a risk of that one.
Here's Coach Yang Yao. His team was in the lead, but TNT tied it up. And a chance for the lead dahil may bonus free throw pa si Bol. Panoorin natin. There's that great ball movement. And Malcolm from the corner knocks down the three. Nahatid sa atin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook. Nasa linya si Bol. He's found himself there so many times in this game. And he misses again. So we're tied at 89. Sampung 3-pointers na Rainer Shine. Apat pa lang para sa TNT. And we know how big the 3-point shot is in the TNT attack. Not working now. And Noku was forcing the issue. And hit Ball bago lumabas. So it's gonna stay with Rainer Shine, but not really sure what Noku's plans were on that play.
Where was he going?
I don't think there was a way he was going to get off a shot. But there's Johnson, and Kubuntin does the right thing. Prevents a three-point play opportunity.
Stopping three teammates.
Right. He's telling balls once.
What are you doing up there? Oh,
Now it's Johnson. Yeah, now it's Johnson who missed. The free throw bug is with him now.
Nakita mo late ng lineup ng TNT with Brandon not on the floor. The biggest man after ball is itong tawag na Kubuntin. And he's only about 6'3".
Right.
6'3 and a half, you know.
Second one is good. The lead back in Rainer Shine's favor. Only 9 rebounds for Johnson. I say only 9 because he had a ton of rebounds in that last game.
Lucas was really waiting for that foul. You know, he was being pressured there by Noko, who is a pretty good defender. Solid ang kanyang side-to-side movement.
Oh, tipped away, a slow pass from Castro. And Johnson will hammer it down.
Dapat kilometer kasi ball eh. He didn't go in,
He didn't even try that.
he didn't go to even meet the ball eh. That's the reason why naagaw yun.
Castro outside to Simon, extra pass to Glenn. That's in and out for Copuntin.
Yeah, you know, Tana's not even on the floor. Huh? Can you believe that?
Raiders shine, 7 minutes to go. Lemeti, binabayaan. Malakas, nakuha ni Copuntin. Ito na TNT. Magkakataon, makatablang AB with a 3-pointer. Let's see. Castro. So they're really guarding heading well, preventing him from getting it. Ball will go in. And there's that behind or back to the basket kind of shot that he's tried a couple of times already.
Parang palay dancer ang ginawa nito. Is that foul on Johnson? So, pareho silang tigapat itong dalawang import natin.
7 of 14 free throws to make that 7 of 15. So he's below 50%. Watch this. That's the dunk a couple of plays ago.
Mambata has come back in for Castro. And probably Otana is going to come back in soon also.
Despite the height disparity, who misses there?
Oh, another good rebounder by Kabutin.
It's now with ball again, and he crosses over. No, it's taken away. That's going to be the 5th foul. Might be the 5th foul of ball.
And not only that, it will be reviewed pa kung ano.
Deep transition take. Very possible because Raiders had numbers. 34 points.
You know, that sometimes you look at this guy is 7-3. But right now, they would be very happy for Jefferson is playing for them.
Yeah.
Because he's completely different. Eh? His attitude to the game, even though it's only 6-7. Transition take foul na naman.
It is, yeah, it's a transition thing. So may technical free throw.
Saka that also puts them into the penalty. Yaldi's 15 foul.
Garito just picked his pocket. And that's the thing when you're that tall. You might think your crowd's low enough already.
Yeah.
But you're still higher than everybody else, diba?
And when they take the ball downstairs, your gravity is so high.
Eh, yung basic rule kasi dyan is, diba, crowd's low eh. Pag nadadala ka ng bola. So, yung low ni Manong mo, mataas pa rin para ni Bol is still higher than everyone else. Center of gravity is all the way up there. And then Ciso will sit. He did help them in his stint.
So he was, you know, received very warmly by the coach.
Still just a one-possession game. And nag-wrestling na si Kupunti na si Johnson. Tuloy pa rin ang kanilang bakbakan. Oh, kaya na! Sunto ka na! Ito!
The game will both be
Oh, it's a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all because a punch was thrown. Oh, and Coach Yang's going after Kupunti. Coach Yang is upset. And he calmed himself down as he went to Kupunti. And this has erupted. There have been a couple of skirmishes here and there, but this was the real thing. And Johnson was surprised because he got popped.
Yeah.
But they were wrestling underneath. They got up and they continued. So everybody's on the court right now. Managers, security, reserve players are there.
Kaya pala tinatamad na si Bolbol, suntukan na. Bolbol, 34 points na. Walang joke.
I think he seemed to be cooled down already. But his initial reaction was, I didn't see the play. You know, who can go first?
He got popped. They were wrestling with each other, Doc, and then Copuntin popped him in the face. Kaya bumawi na rin si Johnson. Anyway, They're reviewing it, but they're reviewing it intently. You don't want to see this. I mean, it was not the most well-played game, but it was a hard-fought one.
Well, it's far from over. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left here.
So you were time at the top of the goal, Doc, and now we're going back. Oh, TNT fans booing Johnson. You know, the Raider fans booing Gobontin as well. So I think we're divided right down the middle. And then the Ginebra fans are saying, we're booing you because we want our game to start already. And you're taking all your time, so... Johnson, you know, he's a smiley, good-natured fellow, but right now, he looks really upset, huh?
Yeah. And if he was awkward, he had the right to be upset.
They're gonna fall.
I remember seeing this play. Ito, but then I had to look at the ball. Ito, wala.
And then they went at it again. Boom, there. And then there you go. So yeah, you don't really know who hit who first.
But I think I saw, but if they did you, they'll see who threw the first hand shot.
Sana got a little bit hot under the collar as well. So that's what can happen, you know, when these things break out. Nakakahawa yan.
No.
But I'm glad it did it.
You're protecting your teammate.
I'm glad it did.
Buti wala si Belda sa yun.
Yeah, hindi nga naging 3-4 talaga na bench clearing, everybody punching each other, because it really could have done that. Mabuti lang it happened near the funnel.
And I saw immediately on the part of the bench of the TNT, they were holding all their players back because it's on the opposite side. If you rush into the court, you'll be suspended for the next game, you know.
So they're still trying to clear the dust. There's a foul of Glenn Tobutin, but there's so much more. We're waiting for the announcements. And there will be ejections for sure.
Yeah, well, when you punch, you're going to be ejected. I think both of them are going to be ejected. In my estimation, in my opinion. Yeah.
So I think he feels really bad, Johnson, about what happened. Got to talk to him earlier, a couple of hours before the game.
5-yard penalty situation.
Smiling.
Flagrant foul, penalty 2 on number 12, Glenn Cabontin. Glenn Cabontin out of the playing court. Flagrant foul, penalty 2 on Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson out of the playing court.
33 points, he's going to end this night. And he needs to head straight to the locker room, and security better be on their toes in that hallway, because all that separates the two locker rooms is plywood.
Aaron actually is helping Kabutin out.
Yeah,
Pero si Johnson, umalis
they're
na.
going to let Johnson clear first. Once he's inside and secure, that's the only time na palalabas yun si Glenn Kubutin. And Aaron,
The security, I think, here is pretty good. The security of the PBA is pretty good.
si Aaron has to be the guard, not the enforcer, not the resta. So gotta, bring him straight to where he needs to be, calm him down, and let that lie.
You take a look at this. So, parang kita ko kung sino in here. He pushes him down.
And that's what went on. Watch it from another angle. Watch them jostling for position, and then boom. And then boom. Yeah, but not really wanting to punch. You're just basically warding. This happens, we've seen this even in the NBA.
Yeah.
If they really wanted to hit each other,
They could.
much more damage could have
Alam mo,
happened.
pag nakaki yun, kitang-kita mo yung talagang sundukan.
So the crowd now, is really intent on the action. There's a huge crowd we have. Kevin Ferrer is the man. pumalit kay Glenn Cubuntin. Sa kabila naman, si Luis Villegas ang titira.
Kasi na-foul siya, penalty niya.
Luis hits the first. Stretches the lead to 5. Yun ang important part dyan. Ano ba yung lamang na? 6 na ang lamang. Or 5 and then maybe 6 ngayon? Yes. So that's what TNT must focus on right now, is that they're down by 6 and the ball is still on the other side. Oh, another, he misses the first of the 2 other free throws.
Mag-free throw rin sa kabila.
Yes, sa kabila mag-free throw din. No cancel out yun, ano, Doc?
Penalty, flagrant foul 2. So, ang titira niya si Ferrer.
Yeah, so Villegas 3 out of 4, 2 on the foul, 2 on the flagrant 2, and he hit 3 out of 4. Now it's Kevin Ferrer. Puts in the first, second one coming. Switches them both.
And now it will be possession ng TNT.
First points of the game para kay Ferrerio. Possession na sa TNT nga, nabanggit nga ni Doc. The coaches, you know, really stern-faced right now. These are guys who've been here forever as a PBA.
Calm down, calm down.
Heading to Ferrer. Ferrer will attack. Jumper. That's good.
Iba yung nakatira Iba nakakita ng dalawang free throw pumasok
No scorer like him, diba? Yan talaga naman ang specialty ni Kevin. So 4th straight point for Ferrer. Cutting the lead down to 3. Crowd is into this game. Clemente turnaround jumper short. Oftana the rebound. Zambata. Step back 3. That's short for Stingray.
That's a terrible out there.
He wanted to tie it.
You have no rebounder, so your income is just coming into the picture.
Not the same, but instead, he knocked it in. So that's a 6-point turnaround right there.
Terrible attempt.
Swing to Kevin. He'll take the 3. That's good. 7 straight points for Kevin Ferrer.
It's from the Dukes to say much bonus.
So he's got 8 points. He had a free throw, I think, earlier in the first half.
Open na naman ito. Look at gonna back out. 5 minutes pa ito.
Tres na naman. Malakas. Villegas retains possession for Rainer Shine. You know, we're not even in the end game yet.
Terrible shot also. Tinitik niyo
Still 4:38 remaining.
Open shot na naman ito.
Ostana 3. Tie ball game. 4-9 on the scoreboard. And things have picked up. The intensity is there. Medyo nakising yata sa nangyari kung saan na-eject ang dalawang player, Johnson and Bogutin. So it's 4:32 remaining.
Tabla na ulit mga idol.
Intensity meter has picked up here in the big goal. Let's watch this. Kevin, no hesitation. 3. And in the next sequence, all alone, all day long, one of the best in the league puts it in.
Dalawang taon na tayo, kapatid. Akalain mo yun? Marami-rami na rin tayo.
Ganda ng laban mga Lodi. Kaso yun yan, nagkasuntukan agad. Buka na hampalaan. Ang laki ni Bolbol. Kaso ang bagal. Ayan. Tabla tayo mga idol. Konti na lang yung oras na natitira natin. Last quarter na po tayo.
Intensity has picked up really several notches after an altercation which threw 2 players out sa ating laban. Caruelas, Rosser, Chua, all these guys just waiting for their chance. But Kevin Ferrer, they got Papapasok ang mga tira for TNT. Oftana just hit a 3 as well to tie it up. Kabilang panig naman, Rainer Shine. Nongkong hit a 3, but then missed one. So we're getting close. It's 4:32 to go in a game that has stretched out longer than it should have.
Well, like I said, there have been a lot of reviews. There have been 3 challenges scored in this ball game. That takes a minute at least.
Yeah.
You know, plus explanation and everything.
Kumbaga sa football daming extra time.
Yeah. And we have a very, very big crowd now. You know, for just ilang days pa lang tayo dito sa this conference. It's about 10,000, I would say. At least, no?
Yeah, at least. Might be more.
Yeah. And then we have another game coming up.
Yeah, the Macau Bears Macau Knights better be ready for the crowd later
Yeah.
in that second game. In the meantime, Johnson goes to Villegas. We're about to enter that time. Blocked away. Villegas 3. Good. This guy has helped him a lot today.
You know, I'd watch him when he was with the Warriors. I didn't like him, but the problem, I got injured.
Again and again.
Yeah.
11 points for Villegas. Ball kicks it to Ferrer. Babawi! Not that time. On the rebound, Clarito gets to it first.
Naswertehan pa nga yung Rainer Shine na planta, but recovered again by
Oh,
Noko.
napaganda pa.
No, Noko recovered and he passed off quickly.
Nocum's been wanting to drive on ball. And he found out what happens. Oh, now Lemeti! 13 puntos para kay Lemeti. Hindi mo na ulit ang lamang ng Rainer Shine just like that.
Yeah. We just took advantage of the defense of Nambata.
Ray on the drive. The layup will not fall! All of a sudden, they can't find a hoop.
And they're going to change him because he took some bad shots. He can't defend this guy.
Jump shot swing to Felix. And ang tandem, yung dalawang yan Villegas. Confidence level is up. Jumps on jumper, no goal. Nocum snatches it out of the air. You may be 7'3", Mr. Ball, but Adrian Nocum can fly higher than that.
He don't want to jump.
Gets the putback. And that's a 7-0 run mula sa Rainer Shine with only 2:55 to go. But far from over. Here's Villegas with a big 3. Huge. And then Lemeti just quicker. Cut quick. Tapos ito, just getting to the ball, snatching it. And the quickest, yung mga second and third jump ni Nocum, I haven't seen that type of jump since Ronald Tubid was a rookie. Back for Shell. Yung mga second and third jump na
Well, since you're talking about it, 3-0 yung
3-0, ha? 3-0 ang jeep, ha?
I'm looking forward to their next game, see if they can maintain it. But I like their report. Magaling.
Si Budisar Ali.
Yung third game, medyo tingin ko, paisi-isi pa lang siya ng persat eh. But when it came down to wire, started playing. But he's a big one. Remember, he's a 50-25. And these are the games. Meralco also played well. We're hoping Boating has not been playing well. They've got to recover. And San Miguel, we don't know kasi hindi ko pa napapanood yung import nila.
That's right. Of course, we're gonna have a little bit of a break. Yan ang mga numero de Luis.
Yeah, with the Holy
Holy Week. Leading for points, TNT. Looking to close the gap, they go to Bull. What's he gonna do? Puts it up. Basket is not good. On the floor, says referee Guy. The push came before the shot. Not counted ang pangtira ni Bull. That's where they say the foul happened. So 14 to shoot. Yeah, they can pass it into him. You can throw it up and he gets it. Okay. Parang replay lang naman ang nangyari. This time it counts.
Hindi ko atawag yung referee. Kaya nagkagulo kanina.
Yeah.
I thought Kabuting was holding down Johnson a lot.
Right.
They should have already called the foul earlier than that.
Could have diffused it
Yeah.
right away. Villegas. Now the main man Loco might have walked there. Took a little hop. Villegas will turn. Jumper. Off the glass. This guy.
Big.
Whoa.
13 points in the ball game now.
Well, big shots here in the fourth, though. 7 points. Ball to the basket. Oh, and then he gets
somebody hitting in the face.
yeah.
Let's go here we go with the review. Somebody hit him in the face. I don't know if it's accidental or what.
Villegas was right there, and I don't think there was anyone else, but Villegas and Bull. And he did get popped, though, kasi may dugo. And then, he needs to come down because Dex can't reach him. Dex cannot reach him if he's standing straight up. So, yung muna, partner, para mapunasan, baka hindi ka makalaro. Dahil kung may dugo, cannot play, di ba? Yun. Sumantal muna sa dun sa ad board. Yun, sa ball, trying to get the ball out of the net. You know. Ooh, wow. Inadvertent it might have been, but that play was pretty much uncalled for and unnecessary. I mean, you're gonna get the ball back no matter what anyway. So no call.
Sabog ang mukha ni Bulbul.
It's just a nothing until they clear the bleeding. Well, these imports have gotten their battle scars in this game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no call on that, apparently. Just a charge to experience, I think, ang mangyayari dyan. Yeah, there's no referees not approaching the table for any announcement, so play will just go on. Which is strange, because
Which is strange screw that they have on the floor.
yeah. No, kasi may nangyari, may dugo. May dugo na. So, you can't just pretend that nothing happened, right? And how can they resume? Oh, they're gonna put in Kevin Ferrer to replace Bull. Alright, well, it's been a weird game in many ways, but tutuloy tayo. 154.2 to go. 5-point lead. 2-possession game, but the possession is with rain or shine. Lumiguado.
Yeah, they're trying to extend their lead here.
Almost taken away. Instead, na-open si Clarito. Dropping to Caleb. Full miss. Rebound taken back out. It's Swinerte from TNT
Ang
dyan.
galing ng tira na yun.
Caleb is annoyed at himself. In the meantime, TNT. Almost a 3. But na-check si Castro. Ball back with Ross. And that's one of the times na nagkamali sa desisyon si Jason Castro. That doesn't happen too often. Lemeti, who's played a solid game, goes to Villegas, but he throws it away as
Binawi ni
well.
Castro.
Castro will go straight in. Tried to get the foul. Got the basket anyway. Down to a
Halika, ko na, motor.
to go here.
Motor.
This is a fitting first serving on a holiday Friday. Villegas. Tiongson against Brandon. Time to go baseline.
Battling.
Oh, that's a foul on Brandon. I think that's it for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's gone. And I like the way he had sealed that baseline.
Yeah.
But Malakas din talaga ito si Johnson, back to back. At mayroon siya po din.
If you look at this play,
Ball back in the game. Siya pumalit kay Brandon.
they're not playing it.
They gain about 9 inches more in height. Not the same aggressiveness. Kalen, 7 points all in the second half. Split his free throws earlier. This time puts it in. Ito yung malaki ito pangalawa kasi it makes it a 5-point game.
And 38.6 seconds na lamang dito.
Puts it both down. TNT called the timeout with 38.6 to go. They need to come up with baskets quickly. In the meantime, these are the timeouts remaining. One for TNT, it's a 30. The Raiders fans got one of each time. No more fouls to game. There are 4 baskets remaining in this game. So ano bang magic ang gagawin ng TNT?
Well, they need a shot. They don't need a 3-point or a 4-point at this stage, but they need to score quickly. But they still have a timeout, so they can use that also by defending harder as long as they can get the score.
For those who joined us late in this game, TNT was up by 18 in the first half. But by the halftime, it was just 4. It was tied at the end of 3. And lots of players have played A games in this matchup. One of them is Luis Villegas. 8 puntos na here in the fourth quarter. 13 in total. And so what a plus. And we keep that to still out para sa Raiders sign because of the injury.
Talagang non-performance dito.
Yeah.
That is expected to perform.
Sa yung NBA para sa kanila.
And they're going from the backward, surprisingly. They go, and maybe it's going to go quick.
Brings it to the left side. They need a shot. Oftana takes a 4.
Yes. That's the reason why. No, you cannot reach the goal here to make and a timeout call by Rainier Shine quickly.
You remember when Mambatak did that?
Yeah.
Last conference? Diba? They put it down to just 1, and then later on they won. Di sa pinantayan, bring the ball down, hit a 4. Well, Calvin Oftana proving his worth as the main man para sa TNT. He waited, he faked, regained his footing, took the 4, cut it down to just a 1-point game. 30.1 seconds to go. So you're, kalmado ka rito, Doc.
Nakashoot pa yun, 4 points yung Tana. Isa na lang mga idol ang kalamangan. 30 seconds remaining na lang natitira.
And he had the pressure to try to bring his foot back. Diba? Kasi kung tinira niya na nandun yung pa, 3 lang yun.
Yeah, also, as long as he scored, that's why they needed to score quickly.
Saan tayo mata na natitira? 30 yan para sa TNT. Pero di nila kailangan ngayon niya. They'll see what Rainier Shine has to do.
Yeah, they still down by 1. It's not that they're ahead. They still have to make a stop here or get a rebound. And Ferrer, I think, is coming back in. Bordering on back as better defender. Yeah.
19 and 12. After all of that, Oftana has put up numbers in this game.
I don't think he has taken a lot of shots. Yeah, the problem anyway, because
Those 12,
they went a lot to the input.
so length of the court ito, TNT with some backcourt pressure, just to slow down the offense a little bit.
Same thing, ang ginawa ng Rainier side, return from the backcourt.
They let Johnson bring it across.
There's a switch.
6-second difference between our clocks. Loco, the creator.
They're forcing the switch.
He's got the big man on him. He'll drive. Off the glass! Gets in the goal!
What isolation play for Newton. Pero may timeout pa ito. This is a one-possession game.
And he really measured Gold because Gold challenged. Tumalong si Gold doon.
Yeah, and he had to make that sort of like a semi-hook, using the glass properly.
Let's watch it.
He forced the switch it. So mismatch na doon para kay Thompson. Pero ito, mismatch rin in the sense na quicker. What a shot.
Yeah, what a shot. Let's watch it from here. How high did he get over the fingertips? Just a little.
Those are the things that if you don't know a player yet, you can stop him. But if you took away going to the right, you're going to force him to do something else.
Yung may panyero, Mondragon was very happy with that shot. Clapping.
Attorney Momento. Ang kanilang forever board of governor.
2011, para kay Adrian Robles, tatlong assist pa.
At ano, they should do what? A 3-point shot will tie it. A 4-point shot will win it. Can win it pala, not exactly win. Depending on where it's taken and what time it goes in.
Endless possibilities, though.
Yeah. Castro, by the way, I think is being fielded back in. They didn't field back ng bata. They didn't like the way he's been playing.
No, ng batak na would do the impact.
Very players ng batak. Yeah. So, all shooters. Ng batak heading, Oksana.
Heading, not looking to shoot, they go to goal. Oh, they're gonna give their import a chance. He's shot! And Rainer Shine comes up with it.
Yeah. And there's a foul top.
Nalis
May
pang
foul pa.
plastic.
Oras pa ito.
Panalo na mga idol ang rain or shine.
Alam mo kasi,